It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Hello, Soul family. Jordan Peterson coming at you live from our Soul Studios. Today is December 9th. We have about 3 weeks left of 2024. Can you believe that? It is flying by. And if you are like me, you're probably evaluating what you got done over the course of 2024, any changes you want to make going into 2025, and just putting yourself in a position to thrive and to become a better version of yourself. So hopefully you guys are having opportunities to take some time to do that. Man, I'll tell you what, it is a great time to be alive, and it's so fun to be a part of Soul right now. So good stuff. Good to see you all on with me live. As you know, if I look to my left, it's because I'm looking at all your comments. I got a screen right here showing what you've got going on. And make sure you are chiming in, because we put your name into the bucket of fun, which gives you an opportunity to win one of these fantastic prizes. I'll tell you what, we got some great Soul stuff here. And it's just so easy to rep Soul and show them everything that you got going on. Let me twist that one a little bit there. And last but not least, the Soul Excel bottle as well. So put your names in there and we'll see if we can get you feeling lucky on this Monday and get you drawing some stuff. And you can go away a winner, starting off your day with a winner. Unless you're on the East Coast and you're about midday winner. But we're grateful to have you join us anyway. As always, the show's brought to you by Cinemate. It's fun. I've been reading through testimonials as I put the show together each Monday. I read through testimonials to share. And it's fun because, man, we just have so many years of people using our products and the good things that come along with that. And when we very first started with Soul, Cinemate was one of our founding products. And it was fun just to hear how people were using it. Those that just weren't really into drinking a lot of water throughout the day, they found that Cinemate could be an answer for them, and it gave them a reason to drink and get some hydration into them, which then led to, I've shared this story a million times, the one lady who called because she felt like it made her need to go to the bathroom too much. Because she usually didn't drink anything, and so she didn't want to have to deal with that. But also those who use it for weight loss as well, especially as we come into this new year. It seems like that's always something people consider. You get a year older, and you're like, man, I'm not feeling the energy I used to feel. Maybe I've got an extra poundage or two that is holding me back a little bit. And I'll tell you what, one of these mid-morning, one of these mid-afternoon, when you kind of get those cravings, man, there's just so many good benefits from feeding your body what it actually is looking for, which is nutrition and not just sugar. So I'll tell you what, Cinemate is the way to go, right? Awesome. Well, as you know, we love to start this off talking about those that are bringing people into the Soul family. We don't have time every Monday to recognize everybody, but so we put a little top 10 list together and we go through that each Monday, as you well know. So our top 10 for this past week, we start with Pedro Rivera Soto coming in at 10. At number 9, we got Eduardo Lopez. At 8, we have Love Naturals down in Florida. We've got Corinne Lott up in Idaho coming in at 7. We've got Dalia Denise Garcia coming in at 6. And rounding out our top 5, we've got Holistic Health, Eliza Endrick. Top 3, Stacy Brown, Lydia Ferrentino, and coming in at number 1 for this past week is Jordana Espinosa. Well done, guys. It's so fun to see you guys continue to bring people in the Soul family. Average order size for this last week for enrollments, $216.49, which is awesome because we know they're getting a great package. We're going to finish out the year doing some of these SN sweeps, highlighting it, and we now give you guys plenty of opportunity to understand kind of different ways you can post and ways you can be consistent with that. I'll tell you what, I've been listening a lot to different social media marketing plans and things as we kind of go into this new year. I want to make sure we've got our bases covered as well. And throughout all the hours and hours I've listened to people talk about social media marketing and what it looks like, it always boils down to one thing: consistency. If you are consistently posting, people will remember you. You think you're talking about it all the time, but people on their feeds, they may only see you once every week or every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. Now imagine they see you post about something that you want to talk about, health related or business related or whatever you've got going on, and you talk about it, let's say today, but then you don't post again for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they don't see it again until 4, 5, 6 weeks later, and now they've seen you once here, and they've seen you once, let's say middle or end of January, just the way the algorithm works. And by the time we know, they've got to see things 7, 8, 9, 10 times before they start making decisions. by the time they see that, they might be a year or two down the road before they go, oh, what was that thing that they were always talking about? Oh, that's right. But then on the other hand, if you're posting every single day and now you bump up that timeline, so it's not here that they're seeing you again, but it's here, and you can be consistent as you move forward through that, you're going to see some great things through that. And so that's why we've been doing this SN sweeps and kind of showing you some of the different posts that are available to you, because really, there's no reason why you shouldn't be posting every single day about whatever you've got going on. Excuse me. Remember, the thing about this is we want people to get to know you. Like, you are the one who can help them have the tools that they need. You can be that hero in their lives. And so as they learn about you and trust you and get to know what you're all about, that's where the magic is going to happen, and you're really going to be able to help change lives. So with that being said, let's look at another great post by Chris Hedrick. I know you guys seen some stuff. I'm telling you, consistency is the key here. So here we go. It shows a picture of her taking her SolFlex PI. It says, pain be gone. I used to make my own level of pain relief with Tylenol and ibuprofen. When you know better, you do better. Then I replaced that with Sol Naturals SolFlex PI, basically because my body and liver were having different opinions. This was purely me. When my back pain would begin, I would immediately take 3 SolFlex, and I would follow up with 2 capsules every hour, typically for 5 to 6 hours, which comes to 15 to 21 capsules. Then I would be able to back off to 2 capsules, right? Tyler, can you click on the see more there underneath the text? There you go. Every other hour, managing as needed. I manage my personal pain by how long I would hold my breath. I have an extremely high pain tolerance, so when I actually feel pain, it's crippling. Having a natural blend that absolutely changed my healing response, knowing I'm literally feeding my body plants food that naturally heal, keeps me going, and recognizing the choice I made to trust and use all the Sol products. I've not funded a drugstore, local, or Walgreens in over 12 years, and I'm absolutely good with that. Quality, natural, effective, and life-changing. I'm extremely blessed by the founders and formulators for creating safe, healthy alternatives. If you would like more information about healthy pain alternative, go and click and read for yourself, right? And it says message me if you want to chat. That is the key, guys. Just being consistent, letting people know, right? Now that that's out there, there's going to be followers of hers or those that are looking for those hashtags that are going to be able to see that. And then they go, oh, I remember something about this, when that time comes, right? And for a lot of people, there's just different things that happen. All of a sudden, something happens in your life and it changes, and you go, you know what, I can no longer manage this by myself. I need something more. And then all of a sudden, you find an answer of something that can help you that isn't hurting your liver or your stomach with ulcers or anything like that. Man, now you're in a great spot, able to move forward. And I can add my testimony to that too, because as a guy who's had 4 shoulder surgeries and broken, I don't know how many bones in my body, I can definitely feel when the weather's changing. But I'll tell you what, SolFlex PI, again, for me, it's a daily thing, and it helps me manage things. I can play basketball every day. I can do the things I want to do without just being hindered by it. And that's what we want to do. Give people their life back, right? Give them the tools to take their life back. And that is such a cool thing. So again, consistency is going to win every time. Be consistent. Let people know what you have going on, and you're going to see some great things happen, right? Osvaldo says the law of consistency states consistent action and discipline are key to making significant change and sustained growth. Absolutely, right? And Lydia says testimonies allow others to identify with you. Absolutely, right? And that's what we're talking about. Okay, good stuff. We have another testimony I want to share as well. I know that was a great one by Chris, but we also have one here that came in. It says, Sol has helped my hormones and balanced cortisol. Hooray for sleep each night. Absolutely. I'll tell you what, if you can get the proper amount of sleep, the proper amount of hydration, and then feed your body the nutrition it needs, you're going to be in a great spot. It's not anything magic. It's pretty simple, actually, the whole formula for it, but that doesn't mean it's easy, right? And so we need to put ourselves in a position, and that's what we have here at Sol with all these great tools to help you. All right, with it being December 9th, we had some great things happen in the month of November, and we want to recognize those that ranked up with our success key right now during the month of November. Eric and Nicole Patterson, Oscar Acosta, you see this great list going on right here. Oscar was able to hit 10K for the first time, and Erica and Nicole Patterson hit the rank of Sol Leader 15K for the first time. Congratulations to both of you for leading that way. The great thing about that Sol Leader 15K that Eric and Nicole were able to get is now they get that Sol Driven bonus, right? So every month they get that to help show everybody how driven they are, but also get that lifestyle bonus to help cover whatever they need and whatever they have going on there. So such a cool thing. Congratulations, Eric and Nicole Patterson. So well done there. All right. putting this together today, there was an email that came through my email box that talked about the difference between conventional and progressive leaders. And I thought that was such an interesting thing when you compare the two things. A lot of times when we talk about progressive in today's day and age, it's something where you're like, that's not something I'm really that interested in understanding, because a lot of times when we think of progress, sometimes it can be a negative connotation as well with the way the world's heading. But then you think of all the progress we've had in other areas, technology for instance, and you're like, no, this is absolutely great. So it automatically caught my eye when we're talking about conventional leaders versus progressional leaders. And this is a thing that really stood out to me in this opening sentence. And then we're going to talk more about it and break it down. It says conventional leaders focus on goals. Conventional leaders focus on goals, while progressive leaders obsess over people. And if you think about that, it talks about how conventional leaders will set goals, which are used to solve the problems they have. So they're going to create systems and measure the results. Okay? Set goals to solve problems, to create systems to measure results. But we recognize that the results that we desire are actually in the hands of the people we work with. And that's such an interesting thing. You're not a leader if you're doing it by yourself, right? A leader has followers. If you're doing everything by yourself, you're just somebody who's really good at getting stuff done. But here we're trying to develop leaders and have people that are able to duplicate their efforts in order to grow and in order to have a bigger impact throughout the world. You don't know everybody, but as you start to meet people and help them with their circle of influence as well, you're going to see some great things happen from that, right? So you need to develop and trust competent people so you can get the things done that you'd like to do and be able to put them in a position to be successful as well. So progressive leaders believe great people produce remarkable results when the conditions are right. So what is our job as a leader then? To help make sure those conditions are right. Put people in the right spot to be able to flourish and grow. So 3 ways we can help ourselves become a progressive leader and help others become progressive leaders as well. You ready? It says, obsess about finding and developing people you trust. People you can't trust are dead weight, it says. Trustworthy people are wings that will help you and your goals fly. So, question for you. What are things you want to be able to trust people with in Soul? When you're thinking about your own organization and developing people, what are some things you want to be able to trust them with? What does that trust look like to you? When you bring somebody in and you think about, well, I really hope this works for this individual. What is that thing that you're hoping they're able to do in order to be able to grow and to gain trust, not only in themselves, but also with what you have going on in your organizations, right? Obsessing and finding and develop people you trust. People you can't trust are dead weight. Trustworthy people are wings. Okay, so what are some things you want to be able to trust people with in Soul in your own organization? Next up, it says drop the rocks. When you can't trust people, you need to be able to develop them. You need to focus on that development piece again, right? So there's a piece of, well, we have a problem, so we're going to create a system to get results. But what if we use that information to be able to then develop the people so we can trust them, so then they can give us the wings to our organization we're looking for, right? Sybil says, I want others to see me as God does, a work in progress, and be inspired by my story. Absolutely, right? Tammy says, trust that they are also motivated by love of helping people. I love that, right? So then how do we develop those around us? If there's individuals that we have a hard time trusting with them to get things done and do things, like how do we help them? And what does that look like, right? Liddy says, we want trust that they'll be consistent. Absolutely, right? That's a huge thing as well. So how do we develop those around us? With assignments and tasks, right? It lets you understand where they're at. All of us have individuals in our lives where we're like, man, they have so much potential. I hope they really hit this potential, and they put themselves in a position to do that. Well, we'll only know that if you give them assignments and tasks that they can complete, and then we are able to fully understand, are they really in this? Are they going to do this, right? And they don't have to be monumental things. They can start out really small. For instance, if you bring somebody in Soul and you want them to get going, have them start posting, right? Let people know that they're out there. Have them start sharing. That's why the 3-day reset trial box is such a cool thing, right? Because they can start sharing this so easily and so quickly. And it's such an easy thing to do, right? So then if we know if they're going to complete these tasks, then that trust continues to build. And then we know they're in it. So then it puts us in a position to be able to continue to further develop them and help them grow, right? Lastly, it says, know that talented people are great at 1 or 2 things and then are average at the rest. Talented people are great at one or two things and average at the rest. So sometimes it's finding that fit, right? Sometimes you may have somebody who has so much great product knowledge and they've worked with so many different things, and they look at our formulas and like, this is awesome. This is absolutely what I want to be a part of, right? And that's the things they're great at. But maybe they don't understand how to post on social media, how to reach out, how to communicate well, how to do all those other things, how to lead, right? Maybe you have the opposite. You have somebody who's great at communicating and doing all those great things with social media and other places, but they don't know anything about the products and everything else. So how do we help with that? Well, right now we have great systems in place where they can go on there, they can hop on calls like this, they can go on the resource center and find things there. There's all sorts of calls going on throughout the company that they're able to jump on and then develop and learn more about it. Because honestly, being average at most things is going to be plenty here in Soul, as long as you have those one or two things that you're really good at and you can follow up and be consistent with, right? And that's a great thing. Valerie says, talented, one or two things that average the best. Love that. Absolutely, right? And so that's what we're looking. So understand the strengths of your team and your people, right? And then rely on the parts that are already in place to help them with those things that are a little more difficult, right? And find those that complement. Maybe you're really great at products, but you're not so great at social media. We'll find those things and work together. That's why we have these great organizations, in order to help us continue to grow and put ourselves in a position to do that, okay? So again, progressive leaders, they obsess about finding and developing people you can trust. When you can't trust the people, you gotta be great at developing them, right? And then know that talented people are great at one or two things and average at the rest. So what are those things that they're great at? Leverage that, right? Help them see that, help them to continue to develop that, and then work around the things that they're average about, and put yourselves in a position with great systems and tools in order to continue to move forward with that, right? Lydia says, help them become more talented, stronger, that one thing they are good at versus wanting them to develop at all. Absolutely. Let them shine in that one area. And that's what we love doing here. As we continue to search out and find those things that you guys are great at, we're going to continue to leverage that and have you guys share things, especially as we continue with this Monday morning talk and success, having special guests come on to talk about the things you guys are great at, so you guys can get ideas on how to further develop those in your organization and just put yourself in a position to be successful. Sound good? All right, guys, you guys are awesome. Let's go ahead and get you out of here today then. We've got our 3 bottles we're going to be giving away. We've got our SN sweeps. We've only got a few weeks left of this. As I've mentioned before, hashtag SN sweeps. Get your name in here. You should be posting every day. Consistency is the key with anything in social media. And you have a lot of platforms to choose from. So make sure you choose one and stick with it. And you're going to see great things with it, right? And here we go. The winner is Rosa Nunez. Rosa Nunez, congratulations. Well done posting this week. And we've got those who are on live with us as well. Here we go. The winner of the middle one is Krista Shepard. Krista Shepard, well done. And the last one here, we've got Corinne Lott. Corinne Lott, got you taken care of. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I hope you guys have a great week. Keep sharing soul. We sure love you guys, and we'll see you again soon.